So, one of the tricky things when it comes to doing any kind of FanVid, AMV, PMV, whatever you want to call them, is working around the whole copyright issue with YouTube. And, the tricky part about that is you never know, which songs are going to be allowed to be monetized when it comes to your videos, or which songs are going to be copyright claimed, and you're either going to share that monetization or that monetization goes to the original owner. And that's always the tricky part. And it's not just a tricky part, it's a risk. And the reason it's a risk is because of the fact that even though maybe your FanVid that you're creating, your PMV, your AMV, whatever you, like I say, you want to call it, potentially will get a lot of views, most of that potential monetization from those views will not go to you, it'll go to the owner. Or you have to share potentially, half of that revenue with the original licensee, or licensor, or content creator, or content owner, I should say. However, recently, YouTube made the announcement that things are going to be changing, and that supposedly it's going to be made a lot easier for content creators like myself, yourself, and anybody else watching to be able to create, FanVids, AMVs, PMVs, projects that involve music during certain segments a lot easier to monetize off of. Now, they haven't really made specifically clear, as far as we know, just yet. I think they're still working on the details of, what kind of music, what labels and all that are going to be all right, with, the property being used, in projects by content creators where that content creator makes money. They haven't really given us specific details just yet. They've given us some, but not totally yet. And again, that's the tricky part about it. That's the tricky part about this, because nowadays, or recently I should say, a lot of people are going to start creating, if not already create and upload projects with music in it, thinking, hey, I'm going to be able to make money, only to find out that they're still being copyright claimed. And that's because of the fact that, again, from what I understand, Google, YouTube, they haven't given us the direct, detailed specifics of exactly how this is going to work. Are we going to have to share the revenue with, with the label, the publisher, if you will, the artist? Or are we going to be cool to have 100% monetization go in our favor or not? You see, that's the one specific detail they have to really work out. Now, is it great news, in the short term, if you will, or even the long term, short term, long term, of, being able to finally make some money off, your projects, your AMVs, your FanVids, your PMVs and all that? Is it more plausible to be able to do that? Absolutely. However, like I said, it all depends on what the direct detailed specifics are. And when we get more of those direct detailed specifics, I think it'll be better for us to really take more of a chance. Because there's a lot of FanVids and PMVs and AMVs I'd love to upload, without issue. There's a lot, I know people out there watching this would love to upload without issue. But the question is, how, when, and where are we going to be able to feel like, okay, we don't have, this, the Sony music label or Warner music label or whatever looking over our shoulder, putting a hand out and say, okay, you made that money from it, give it to us. When is that day going to come? Hopefully, that's what YouTube and Google are trying to work out. And whether or not that worked out deal, or that deal they're trying to work out, as I said, involves us sharing revenue with them, hey, at least we still make money. And that's fine with me. Even if it's not as much as we would hope, it's still, us making money. But, here's what's interesting though. As a lot of you probably know watching my channel, I've re-uploaded, up-converted, through sites like online-convert.com, some of my other videos, FanVids if you will, that I did in the past. Now 2 of them, of course, got copyright claimed because, you know, they're owned by big labels. But other 2 that didn't get copyright claims, which I'm kind of surprised by, were my Lady Marmalade FanVid and Irresistible. And you think they would be copyrighted, and maybe eventually they will be, but they haven't. Which kind of tells me those are more public domain songs now than anything else. However, like I said, over time they could get the copyright, you know, treatment. We don't know. Or maybe those are the songs that are part of this new deal that YouTube's trying to work out that make it easier for folks like me and you to be able to make money. We'll have to see. But again, it's tricky when it comes to uploading FanVids, PMVs, and AMVs, you know, onto YouTube, because of the fact that you don't know whether or not you're still going to get copyright claimed, or this new deal that YouTube, Google is trying to work out is going to allow you to make some more money. Eventually, when more details come out down the line about it, hopefully a lot of us will be able to go through our, you know, AMVs, our PMVs, and our FanVids, whatever you know, whatever title you give it, and be able to go to the monetization, and instead of seeing like something that says copyright claimed on restrictions and cannot be monetized and all that, we'll be able to go over there, see that the monetization's off, and turn it on without an issue. Hopefully that day will come after more details and more things are worked out. But we don't know when that's going to be. We don't know if it's going to be at the beginning of the year, if it's going to be during Christmas. We don't know. You know, we don't know if it's going to be something they have to work out throughout the rest of this year and into, you know, first quarter of next year. We don't know. But hopefully the end result will be, you know, well, basically what I'm trying to say is the end result hopefully will be a lot of folks like me and you being able to make a little bit more money, because we'll be allowed a little bit more freedom of monetization in the future. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. But let me know what your thoughts are, guys. How do you feel about this? You know, do you think it's still a risk, you know, a little bit of a tricky risk to upload FanVids, PMVs, you know, AMVs with songs that pretty much always get copyright claimed but still allow your video to be playable and viewable? You just don't get the money. You know, do you think it's still a risk to do that? Or do you think that risk will be less of a risk and less of a trickiness, you know, in the next several months and next year or so, if this, once we get more details, this is new deal that YouTube's working out? Let me know what your thoughts are down below. Comment if you like the video. Super chat, super stickers are open during the live chat, as well as super thanks after the premiere. Check me out at patreon.com/BWRoses with a $1, $3 tier. Check me out at Venmo at Brian-Warmer-2 and at Cash App at BWRoses98. Also, check me out at my Teespring store as well for merchandise you can't get anywhere else. Check me out at BWRoses Discussions, all your favorite audio podcast locations except for Pandora. Also, check me out at VENMO at BWRoses for content you can get here on YouTube, and at DeviantArt.com/BVW1979. But guys, let me know what your thoughts are. I know it may have sounded like I rambled a little bit here, but again, as you all know that have followed me, I am someone who goes unscripted, so I kind of have to think about what I'm going to say on camera on the fly. So, you know, I do apologize for that. Forgive me for that. But anyway, let me know what your thoughts are. Comment below, live chat during the premiere, like I said, super chats and super stickers are on and open, and super thanks afterwards. But give me your thoughts, and until then, I'm out.